What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. So kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
And South Carolina Don Staley went out there and beat OU like a drum by 41 at home in Colonial Life Arena in Columbia. Beat them by 41. Why they do them girls like that, man? 41!
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
12th ranked team in the nation. This was tough to watch, y'all. I'm not going to lie. This was tough to watch. This hurt. It was bad. Like, I felt for Oklahoma, man. I felt for Reagan Beers out there. She still got her 23, but it was in garbage time. But, man, did y'all hear from the Oklahoma coach after? You could hear the pain in her voice, man. She said, we got embarrassed. We got beat bad.
Able to fall completely on your face on national TV in front of this crowd, and they beat us bad. And they're really, really good. And they're, who all of us are looking at in terms of being able to build the depth that they have, the culture they have, the crowd. This is right now the example in women's basketball. And so, this is where I don't want to go. It's a process, and you got to figure it all out, and you got to fall on your face, and you got to get up, and you got to roll up your sleeves. But if we can look in the mirror and you can grow, then you get better. And if you don't, then life's going to continue to teach us the same lesson.
Yo, they was hurt. You could tell, you could hear the hurt. Like, that's a butt whipping like that on national TV. Oh, man. And then it felt like not only did they basically go into the second quarter down 19, almost 20, went down 19 in the first quarter, they got blitzed immediately. On top of that, it seemed like they just were overwhelmed on the court, but also by the atmosphere. That home crowd really made a difference. And you could definitely hear, like, in Reagan Beers' voice how she definitely still wants that smoke, respect to her. She's a competitor, but they were definitely shell-shocked.
Like you said, it's tough. Every single call, I feel like there was crowd noise, either good or bad for South Carolina to get against us, for us, whatever it was. There was always noise. So that's where communication comes into play. Communication, not just with our words, but with our touches, that we're going to have to improve upon, because places like this, we're going to go there, and like Jay said, we can learn from it. If we learn, then that means our communication is going to be better, defensively and offensively, and if not, we're going to keep learning the same lesson.
The job defensively that South Carolina did on Sahara Williams, as well as Peyton Verhulst, who was coming off a 38-point career-high game in their last contest against Mizzou, completely took these two top players for Oklahoma out the game. They combined for 3 points between the two of them. Completely took them out of this game. Reagan Beers had 23 points, respect to her, but this was garbage time. I mean, you look at the breakdown, bro. Like, literally the offense from South Carolina was just, there was no answer. It was vicious. It was relentless. I mean, 28 points in the first quarter. Had them down 28-9 in the first quarter. Like, it was over from the tip. And then defensively, it felt like Oklahoma couldn't even get the ball over the half-court line without turning it over. I mean, Raven Johnson, Breezy Hall, Malaysia Fool Wiley, like the pressure they applied on these ball handlers, they took Oklahoma's will. From the jump. 5 double-figure scores, man. Joyce Edwards going crazy, 17 points. Malaysia Fool Wiley, 15. Tessa Johnson, 13. Sanaya Fagan, 12 points. Like, this is an unstoppable unit. I'm telling you right now, If they go through these next few contests, they handle business against LSU, they handle business against Tennessee, I don't see a scenario of how you have them as number 2 in the country. You got to put them above UCLA. The loss aside, the strength of schedule has to be dissected here. And there's no more battle-tested team in the entire country than South Carolina, man. They have the most wins right now against a top 25 AP teams. They're going into this matchup against LSU as a favorite, back at the crib, and they are playing their best basketball of the season, firing on all cylinders. This game right here this is probably the most complete game we've seen them play all season. Limiting turnovers. There still were some turnovers, too many that you want to control, but the scoring, hitting 101 points, defensively holding Oklahoma, one of the top 3-point shooting teams, one of the fast-paced, top-scoring offenses, one of the most efficient offenses, to under 70 points. And then just running them off the court, man. We saw them shoot. They hit more threes than Oklahoma. That was something I did not expect. They took Oklahoma's will early and proved that this team does not deserve to even be at the same table. They look like they didn't even deserve to be on the same floor. Like, respect to Oklahoma. They've had a good season so far. Like, this isn't a video to just slam Oklahoma. They got beat like a drum. They took their butt whooping. They will learn from it. They will move on. I truly believe that. But 41? 20? Okay, 25, 15 would have been kind of respectable. Would have been about where we expected maybe. 12, a little bit more respectable. 10, 8 range, they scared them a little bit. 41? Why they even show up? Why did they even show up at this point, bro? This was unexpected. This was unexpected, man. I did not see them getting beat by 41. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. But 41 is crazy. 41 is crazy. 12th ranked team in the nation getting beat by 41? It was over after the first quarter. This game was absolutely over after the first quarter. South Carolina jumped all over them and never looked back. The ball movement, the assists were up. They were moving the basketball, running the break efficiently, playing very, very unselfish hoops, man. Knocking down shots, getting to the cup at will in transition. They could not stay in front of these guards. Raven Johnson, 8 assists, dishing the rock out, doing a really good job of running the show, playing great defense. Still want to continue to see her shoot the rock better. It doesn't look bad, it just doesn't go in. But those shots will fall eventually, especially when they need them to. Joyce Edwards continues to be sensational. Sanaya Fagan making a big impact on both ends, playing with more confidence than ever, playing more minutes than ever. Exciting to see her blossom into a pro, because that's exactly where she's headed after this season for sure. She can definitely help somebody's WNBA team out. But Raven controlling the pace, Malaysia Fulton-Wiley just doing what she does, instant offense, unguardable, deemed by Don Staley a generational talent. Just one of the most electrifying players in the country. Tahina Powell continues to be misconsistency for this squad. They can count on her every game. It was a good all-around effort, man. I love what Joyce Edwards is doing, finishing through contact, reading the defense, taking what it's given her, I'm not going to say not being too aggressive, not being too anxious is what I really want to say, because she's definitely being aggressive, getting her shot and making the most of her opportunities, but she just hasn't looked like a freshman. She's been really good around the brim, great hands, great touch, skilled, good footwork, runs the floor extremely well, doesn't take possessions off. Tessa Johnson continues to knock down 3-pointers for this team, open things up. It's a special group, man. They're deep. And we're going to really see if LSU's in this next matchup, if that starting 5, can their legs, especially that big 3, can their legs hold up to this juggernaut? We saw Adele Tack getting active. Miriam Dowda got in, hit a 3. Like, this team, they got so many bodies, man. It's just, they sacrifice the individual awards for championships. And Coach Don Staley has a mob. This is one of the deepest teams that we've seen in the last several years, man. Like, it's just, they're one of the most complete teams we've seen. They've shifted into another gear. They look like they're in March mode right now, and it's midway through January. I'm just saying, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. This was a dominant display, great defensive display, causing 20 turnovers, like wreaking havoc, just pressuring the basketball, never allowing Oklahoma to establish any rhythm. They jump on LSU like this, man, it's going to be a problem. I'm just telling you. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Talk to me. I do think LSU is a much better team than Oklahoma, though. I want to throw that out there. We'll be having more content about this matchup, previewing it coming up all throughout the week until the matchup. So y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Until next time, hey, we out.